External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar met his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi in Laos on the sidelines of the ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting. Jaishankar has tweeted, and I quote, "Continued our ongoing discussions about our bilateral relationship. The state of the border will necessarily be reflected on the state of our ties. Agreed on the need to give strong guidance to complete the disengagement process. Must ensure full respect for the LAC as well as past border agreements. It is in our mutual interest to stabilize our ties. We should approach the immediate issues with a sense of purpose and urgency," is the pitch coming in from S Jaishankar. Those visuals on your screen, the meeting of S Jaishankar with his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi. And the topic of discussion, the main topic of contention between India and China is the situation at the LAC. And S Jaishankar did not mince any words when talking about the need to urgently resolve that crisis. To get more details, I'm joined by my colleague Siddhant Mishra on the broadcast. Siddhant, over to you. S Jaishankar underlining the main point that when it comes to stabilizing ties between India and China, resolution of the LAC dispute is a must.
Well, absolutely. In fact, this meeting has happened on the margins of ASEAN Foreign Ministers Framework meet in Laos. In fact, this is the second time both leaders have met. Last they met on 4th of July in Astana on the margins of SCO summit. Now, this talks about the priority that both countries are perhaps giving to each other to resolve the border issues. And in fact, going by the readout that has been released by Indian side, EAM Jaishankar is stressed on the importance of three mutuals. You remember three mutuals were first given by Indian side in the last meeting. And these three mutuals are mutual respect, mutual interest, and mutual sensitivity to the ties between the two countries. Also, the talk mainly focused on the finding on early resolution of the remaining issues along the line of actual control to stabilize and rebuild bilateral relations. Both sides also agreed to stay in touch and hold an early meeting of WMCC, which is Working Mechanism on Consultation Coordination on India-China Border Forward. Also, interestingly, Mr. Jaishankar held this bilateral meeting with Wang Yi ahead of his visit to Tokyo, where he will be holding Quad foreign ministers meeting. So that's a very interesting point that I would like to make at this point in time. Also, this meeting is happening at a time when there are a lot of signaling that has come from the Indian side, and we could also sense some improvement as far as China ties are concerned. In fact, would like to refer the latest economic survey report, which was released 2 days back. It had mention of China more than 100 times. And in fact, in that report, it is perhaps, it looks like that Indian government is the economists are in favor of doing more trade and increasing FDI from China. So it is perhaps a very good signal that the things are moving in right direction, and we could look at a situation where both countries can go back to the normal situation. But right now, Indian side from very beginning, since the Galwan happened, has made it very, very clear that the priority and the focus would be line of actual control, the resolution of the remaining issues on line of actual control, and before that issue getting resolved, there would not be talks on any other bilateral issues. So that has been the stand of Indian side, and in fact in this meeting also the same stand has been reiterated and focused upon. But the signaling part, if I talk about, there have been many signals that we have understood in last few days, referring to the economic survey. Then there are reports suggesting that there could be the possibility of FDI inflow from China. The government of India could give some relaxations to companies, those who want to invest in India. So there are a lot of positive signaling. Let's see where this relationship goes. But for now, a very important meeting has taken place in Laos.
Right. Right. Thank you, Siddhant, for getting us the latest. So that is the pitch coming in from S. Jaishankar, saying that any discussion on any other issue between India and China has to be first underlined by the situation at the line of actual control, something the two sides have to address in order to stabilize diplomatic relations. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out on the diplomatic front, given the fact that India has drawn that red line when it comes to any dealings with China.